Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back for my second attempt at a vlog. Hopefully, the screen color I chose will actually not wash out my wings and part of my hair. It's like, you think green screen, it would only affect the really, really bright neon green, but nope, anything green. So hopefully, fluorescent orange will not clash with any of my colors. Okay. So welcome back. This is my second vlog, and what shall we talk about today? Um, well, a kind of a little life update from me. This past week, generalized work and going through some stuff. Me and a few of my coworkers had a very fun game night. I played Repo for the first time, and I don't know what it is about some games because Repo is very similar to Lethal Company and a few others, but the fact that you're running around as a trash can of a robot is kind of hilarious, and I don't feel terrified um, playing it by myself. And it's a lot more fun than just I. It's like I felt Lethal Company. I needed to have mods like the Yippee mod and stuff like that to have fun playing it. I think because the characters you were playing at were more humanoid, I was a little less hesitant to play them in a game where you were constantly being dismembered by monsters in comparison to where you're a robot running around. I don't know, it's like some kind of weird cognitive dissonance with my brain, but it's kind of fun. But there's like some kind of BS ways you can die in that game, as you can tell from the background footage for this week. I'll at the end of the clip, I'll actually show a specific point where I was just like, that's some BS. And it has to do with anyone who plays that game, it has to do with the duck. It's the freaking duck. Okay, so returning to my little bullet point list of things I wanted to discuss. Um, Last week I was talking about how I wanted to get better at my getting up at 5 a.m. and being more productive. I felt like this past week I was actually pretty productive with that. The only weekday that didn't happen was Friday, I believe. And it's like sometimes when I'm really, really tired, I have no conscious memory of this, obviously, but I will wake up and be like, I guess, in a sleepwalking mood where I will go and turn off my alarm. I have done this so many times in the past. Thankfully, it has never caused me to be late for work, seeing fact I wake up so much earlier than I do when than I have to go to work. So I would wake up, turn off the alarm in my semi-conscious state, and not just snooze it. I would like turn the alarm off and then go back to bed. And then I would actually wake up and it's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm just like, okay, that happened. And I could be a little pissed at myself. But yeah. But I ended up doing that Friday, and I woke up at like my normal wake up time, which is like my biological clock wake up time of like 7:30. I was just like, crud. So I got up, got breakfast, and just went about my day. It happens. So you can't turn back the clock. So you got to keep on marching. So after that, it was just a regular day at work. Everything's good. Everything's Gucci. And Saturday. We actually had a fun little trip planned. My Sunday school class likes to do um, get togethers and little fun activities as a group. And about five of us ended up going to a place called Ham Orchard. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that. Um, I actually was the one who planned this trip, and I was hoping a lot more people would show up. But hey, it's the middle of summer. I was proposing to go out to the middle of nowhere and just hang out at a farm. But that's just what happens. But anyway, it was a really cool place. Sadly, the thing I wanted to do, which was berry picking, had been closed for the season already. Maybe if we'd gone a week or two in ahead of time, but you live and you learn. There's always next year. So we did go to a store that they have there, and they have obviously a lot of peach products, seeing fact it is a peach farm primarily. So I got me some peaches, and I love peaches. I love peaches so much. So I got me my peaches, or my fiance got me my peaches, and my fiance ended up getting some honey. Um, and we both ended up. They had soft serve ice cream there, that is peach flavored, and it was delicious. If you're ever in Terrell, Texas, I would highly recommend checking out Ham Orchard. Fun place. They also have on the property a barbecue stand. Well, it was more like a straight up large food pavilion. There was probably like a good 100 people there eating when we went, and we went like we got there about 10:30 in the morning. So we went through, perused the store, had ice cream, and then we got barbecue. They have peach flavored barbecue. I think it was brisket, which I had a piece because that's what my fiance ordered, and it was very, very good. I got the smoked chicken, which I also would recommend, but overall, it's very delicious food. There was actually a guy there playing guitar and singing. Wonderful live music for the setup. Uh, but yeah, it's like a fun place. Go on, enjoy the sun, enjoy some day outside. It was just great time, and I really wish more people could have shared it with us. But everyone had their life, and some people don't want to go and spend an afternoon in the sun. um, but on the topic, back on the topic of being productive and trying to grow and expand and be more productive in my life, um, I have been noticing this past week I was wasting way too much time on my mobile games, like an excessive amount. And I made the decision actually today that I was going to just straight delete all the mobile game apps on my phone. I could easily waste 2 to 3 hours per game, and I had two I primarily played, which was Royal Match and Royal Kingdom. And I kind of felt bad because I was in teams that were actually highly active, but I made a decision. I had to leave the teams. This is for my own personal growth as a person, and I wasn't getting anything out of those games except frustration outside of a mild dopamine hit of I just needed three more moves and I would have got clear that level, but no, I'm out of coins and I'm out of boosters. So it's like it wasn't doing anything protective besides uh, attributing to my dopamine addiction. So again, addiction in any form is not good. So I made the decision. I left my teams. I deleted the apps off my phone. I also ended up deleting the one other game I had, which was Solitaire. And yeah, so actually hadn't touched that one in a while, so that one wasn't all that big of a deal for me. But we did that, and so that was a decision I had to make, and now I have to find other things to do, which will probably include actually reading my Bible, doing a little bit more personal growth studies, and reading actual other content that I have on my to be read list or my TRD or always forgetting the acronym. Um, TRL. Oh, the TRL to read list. Yeah, my growing TRL list. My growing TRL. I need to work on that. Anyway. Uh. Oh. Let's see. Next on my list. I one more thing that I had mentioned last week that I was going to be working on that I absolutely failed at was like, it wasn't an absolute failure. My thing was my weight loss, and I was doing pretty good until I want to say Friday, and I got really craving snacks. So I all the weight I lost during the week, which was about a pound and a half to 2 pounds, depending on which scale you're looking at, just came right back. So you live, you learn, you deal with the setbacks, and you have to look back. And that's why I am using a tracking app. And as I am using this thing more and more, I was trying out the meal planning stuff. And the meal planning does give me ideas for recipes. I just need to, instead of using the actual meal plan thing, I need to actually look at the amounts I personally use, because I felt like how it was set up, it was doing some weird things with the measurements and how they were calculating things, and it's just when they my problem is portion control. I will say that my problem is portion control, and how they had the instructions, it made the portion control a little confusing for me. So I'm just going to take the ideas for that and just log all the ingredients individually like I would be doing my other ways. But it's, again, it's a process, and I need to also be more active. It's like I was good about getting up, I was not good about always doing my morning walks. And you live, you learn. Um oh, also, one other thing I'm going to be adding to my morning rotation is I'm going to try to reteach myself sheet music. When I was younger, my mom actually put me and my brother into piano lessons, and it kind of works out because she had read somewhere that being able to read sheet music can help with Alzheimer's symptoms later in life. And my family, we sadly have that on both sides. So anything to help keep our brains healthy, my mom was all for, which is always a good thing. Keeping your brain healthy is a good thing. So I don't want to completely lose that part of a skill set I once had. So I'm going to be relearning that, as well as, like, I did the same thing with cursive. Like cursive handwriting, a lot of people have trouble with cursive. And so yeah. And last thing, what will be going on this next week? I will continue to do my um, plans and my Primrose. Yes, I see you. Get down. My gremlin of a cat. But we are two peas in the pod. Anyway, uh, apartments. That was the next topic. I'm going to be uh, either A, apartment hunting, B, moving, or it's a very hectic time. Me and my fiance are going to have to figure out where we're going to move when we do get married. But it's a little more hectic, I guess, because we neither one of us want to cohabitate before we are officially married. So we have to figure out that. And my apartment complex is really weird. It does not allow transfers. Like, you can't. Okay. It doesn't allow transfers. Like, but like also you have to completely move out, and they close out your account, a process which can take up to, if not a little bit longer than, a month. and then you reapply for a new apartment after the fact. And I'm just like, what? I'm just like, how does that make sense? How does that make sense for anyone? So, me and my fiance, we wanted to go and see. It's like, what if he applied for a new apartment and I just move in after my lease is up, and or I break my lease, which apparently their leasing stuff is a little like they don't give you like a price you can pay to break the lease. You have to pay out the rest of what you owe for the rent. Like if you still owed 4 months rent on your lease, you still owe that 4 months. They don't care. So I would either have to go month to month at my current place and leave, or at when I need to leave, or we would put my fiance on my lease for the 2 months that would be left on my lease, and then we would have to either move out to a completely different place, or maybe they might let him do it seeing that I was on the lease first. I don't know. Their rules are so weird here. But this next weekend, I actually ended up canceling a hair appointment to make it so that we can do this apartment hunting a little bit sooner and play with this, because my lease is up end of next month. My current lease. So we would have to make this decision a lot sooner than we were expecting. And so we might find a place. I might do month to month for a couple months and move to into an entirely new place. We'll just have to see what we find, because we only want to live in a apartment 1 year after marriage, and then we will be, God willing, looking into land and an actual house. That's the plan. Will that be what God's plan is for us? Who knows? But that is our current plan, God willing. But I think that's it. I'm going to wrap up this vlog and get into some other audio recordings. I have a couple things on my ASMR channel. I want to do another Avatar story. Well, a continuation of Always Trust Sokka's Instincts. This was a story I really do enjoy. I need to record the next chapter, and I really need to get back onto Gilda's sister. So I'm probably going to go get me a sweet drink. I have my water here, but I want me something a little sweet. I might get some hot chocolate, cause I don't know, hot chocolate when it's like 97 degrees outside. I am insane. Anyway, but that will be all for today. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. I hope to start incorporating some videos. Like, I hope to start incorporating some IRL clips now and again. It's just trying to record my life in the moment is always a little hard. It's a little tricky. Um, Once I get my 5 a.m. routine a little bit more established, I might do my 5 a.m. routine day with IRL. I'm not sure. Again, this is just something fun that I can do, and yeah. Okay, so sweet drink and then recording from me. I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead of you, and God bless. Bye.